This is actually what I keep seeing across real businesses. Most don't fail from their lack of effort. They're failing from disorder. And what I want to show you is the real technological path to business stability. Now, let me show you what I mean. All right, so what we have here is a actual diagram I put together called From Chaos to Control. And it's actually the real path to a scalable business system. So, as you can see, we have chaos, repeatability, visibility, and control. I will be going through all four of these and explaining the difference in them and where business is most of the time standpoint. And this is coming from a technological vision. So this is coming from the tech side, not just straight everything business. This is more of a how businesses can scale themselves in the digital era that we are in now. So now let's go into the chaos area. Boom. All right, chaos. This is actually where most smaller businesses and even some mid-sized businesses, they're in this zone. It's a lot of no documentation on workflows and technological plans and things of that nature. Most of the time, everything that needs should be documented is in someone's head. They are just the master brain vault of their business, and those are some real people. I'm not putting nothing against those people. It's daily firefighting, so they're putting out problems that maybe could be better if they had a plan, a certain stop or a standard operation procedure or something to follow that can make these firefightings not daily. Most of the time they're constantly buying tools. They have a lot of tools everywhere, and nothing is really connected and working how it could be and how it would be better if you want a scalable business. And most of the time in this area, most businesses are in the speed and not really seeing visibility era. So the tech impact here, adding tech and if you're in this stage of the business, usually will make things worse, if I'm being honest. So I would advise you to strongly get away from this area. If you feel like you're in this area, you need to get out of this area because this is a no-go zone. You do not want to be here with a business. This what causes most founders and CEOs to burn out because a lot of them live in the chaos area. So automation or anything on top of this chaos is just going to accelerate confusion, and we don't want that. Now, let's move on to repeatability. So, repeatability, most people they aim for growth either here or in the chaos area. That's the mistake, honestly. The real first goal should never be growth. It should be repeatability in my eyes. What repeatability is, as you can see here, is same task, same way every time. So workflows, tasks that need to be done, all of these things, keep it the same. Make it a business muscle memory. If you want a sports analogy, make it business muscle memory so that things are just not done differently. As the business owner or whatever, if you're working solo or with yourself, everything you should know how your business works from end to end point in my eyes. Checklists, even the ugly ones with the I say those tasks that maybe you feel like it doesn't need a checklist or it shouldn't have to be done the same way. Even still though, just to have the documentation there. Basic SOPs, so SOPs are standing operation procedures. As a business, you definitely want those. And repeatability, you're looking to cut down tools here as much as possible. Software tools, SaaS tools, cut down as much as possible. We're trying to figure out what we use mostly and what we don't use. And with those things that we do use mostly, are they valuable enough to the business or should we move to a different tool? Because this would work better for us and what my business needs. Mainly here, what we're doing is trying to stop the bleeding. We're not looking to add growth. We're not looking to do anything. We're looking here to gain stability and stop the bleeding. Then we can look into what we need to fix and go into. So the tech impact here and the repeatability part, humans matter more than tech and software here. Get everybody on the same page, then we implement systems. So what that's going to lead us into next is the visibility part. What many people try to skip. Everybody wants visibility. It's not always what we should be targeting. So visibility, this is where you're gonna really look like a business, really. So you're gonna have those dashboards that show reality just quick and easily. You can just put your hands up, put your feet up, and you see the dashboards. Got the logs and trails, so you know what's happening, you know what's going. You see what's happening without having to ask. That goes a little bit into logs and trails. Problems, they become being able to be seen. They're able to be seen. So they're observable. That's what I was trying to say. The problems become observable. And this is where leadership tends to change it. So the tech impact, this is the area, the zone when you're in your business, you feel like you've gained repeatability and stability. Now you can go into the visibility, and this is where tech can actually earn its keep, and you can see it actually how easy it's making your business run, in my opinion. How it can cut out different workflows and things of that nature. So, but in my opinion, you want to have logs. Logs are very important. Those are the first things you want to be able to see, just so manually is everything going where you need to go. When a problem does arise, you got the dashboard, you got the logs that know exactly where to go. And this is also going to help out for the next one. So, mainly what we take away here is visibility. If you can't see it, you don't control it. And that's going to lead us into the control section. And this is the last section. This is the section everybody should be striving to get to right now, in my opinion. So, with control, this is adding in all those modern tech ideas that get passed around a lot. So, the cybersecurity and automation, all that gets tied into the control. But you can't control your business first if you're not out of the chaos zone. Second, you can't repeat your workflows and how you work and your tasks. There's nothing repeatable. Everything, if you're coming to your business or work and everything is different every day, we need to find some common ground there. We need to get some hard guardrails there in your workflows so it can be repeatability. Having a bunch of custom work days, it's going to burn you out. If we're being honest, it's going to burn you out. Now, once you get the repeatability, remember visibility. Once you have the visibility, this is where you want control. Because if you're being seen, now you want those things that can help your business either be secure or grow or be stable. One of those three. So in control, we're going to have those access boundaries, those access controls, and things of that nature. Roles and permission are very important. Role based access control. I get into that in my book, but we talk about that another time. Roles and permissions are very important though. Automation is very important nowadays. It can cut out these useless workflows that honestly can save your business time, and what you save in time, it can save you money. So automation with guardrails, of course. Everything that we add is security from step zero, from plan zero. Security is always the baseline. Before we go into adding anything or implementing anything, always we think security first. So guardrails, of course, we want metrics tied to all these decisions. So if we add some automation, you want metrics tied to that. So we can be able to be seen like this cut down this amount of work today, or this saved this amount of time, this saved this amount of money, XYZ. So you want those metrics tied. And also with control, if you have control of your business, you can scale anytime without breaking, majority of the time. So tech impact here is once you have that control and everything, once you control your digital space of your business, the systems never assume good behavior and they work in your favor even when you sleep. So the core mistake here is most business always try to jump from chaos to control, which if you jump from chaos to control, you're not getting that repeatability, you're not getting that structure and that stability here. Then you're also not building in those dashboards and logs, which are so important to control, honestly. Dashboards and logs are very important to controls. And also the tools. You don't want a lot of tools. If you have a lot of tools, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard to control your business if you have a very wide attack surface or just a very wide business surface in general. You have a bunch of tools, it's going to be hard to control it. So, that is the core mistake that most businesses try to do. They buy expensive tools hoping to skip the hard work and build in repeatability and visibility. Every skip stage just becomes dead, if we're being honest. Because if your business somehow survives, gets bigger, something breaks, it's gonna be a lot of digging and a lot of time lost and a lot of money lost to go find that mistake and that problem. Every tool implemented on chaos, like I said, is just going to accelerate confusion. This is not a capability problem, it's a sequencing problem. So remember, you want to take that, the sequence I'm talking about is just this simple chaos to repeatability, visibility to control. Think of it that way when it comes to businesses. So automation, just a couple quotes, it doesn't fix, move. Automation doesn't fix chaos. It just makes chaos happen faster. If you can't see it, you don't control it. And most business pain is sequencing problems, not capability problems. And this is framework is part of something larger that I'm documenting. And this is going to be a part of my ebook too. But let's go ahead and zoom out real quick so you all can get a good look of what we just went over. So remember, from chaos to control, this is my real path to a scalable business system in my eyes. So now, why this matters? This matters because a lot of people want to be business owners in my what I've heard from. Not everybody will be business owners, but if you want to be a business owner, these are things you should know. Especially we're going into this digital area which we are going into. And with a business, in my eyes, you need to have a tech space somewhere in you need to have some stake in the tech space, the digital space, the social media space. You need to have some type of visualization there just to know, just so people know you're there. Because we're living in a different time now, and you don't need to be wasting a lot of money and a lot of time when we are moving into this automation and AI agents era. When all you need is to remember to do the boring work first. Boring work will pay off in the long run. If you try to skip the boring work and go straight to the special stuff, it's gonna hurt you in the long run. It will hurt you in the long run, especially if you don't know your current business workflows and how things work. It'll be hard for you to even talk to somebody like me or another tech consultant about how your business operates and what you need and how to implement it. And when they are not there, if it breaks, how you could do some troubleshooting and fixing it before having to call them. This is also why software spins get out of control. This is why security fails. And this is why most of the time founders feel stuck. They skip the repeatability. This is honestly the most core, most important segment of trying to build a scalable business system. It's the repeatability. If you can't do your business in a repeat type of way, because you don't, I'm telling you, you don't want a bunch of custom work. You do not. You need a plan, you need a structure, you need a foundation, you got to follow that. It's going to work for you. Like I say, this framework is a part of something larger that I am documenting. And this is business stability and how to scale business systems.